What if the biggest thing standing between you and the life you want isn't money, talent, or even opportunity? What if it's simply the way you start your morning? This is the story of a man who was stuck in a dead-end job, buried in bills, and slowly losing hope. Then he made one decision that seemed almost too simple to matter. He started waking up at 5 a.m. 90 days later, his life looked completely different. His name was Michael. At 31 years old, Michael worked the night shift at a warehouse outside Chicago. He earned just enough to cover rent, groceries, and the minimum payments on his credit cards. By the end of every month, his bank account was nearly empty, and every paycheck disappeared before he even had a chance to enjoy it. He wasn't lazy. In fact, he worked harder than most people he knew. But no matter how many extra shifts he picked up, he never seemed to get ahead. Every day felt like a repeat of the one before, and deep down, he started believing this was all life had to offer. One morning, after finishing another overnight shift, Michael stopped at a small coffee shop before heading home. An older man sitting by the window noticed how exhausted he looked and asked, "Long night?" Michael laughed. "Feels like my whole life's been one long night." The man smiled and said something Michael would never forget. Most people spend their best energy reacting to life. Successful people spend their best energy creating it. Before leaving, he added one more sentence. Wake up at 5 a.m. and give yourself 1 hour before you give the world your attention. At first, Michael thought it sounded ridiculous. He was already tired all the time. Waking up even earlier seemed impossible. But something about those words stayed with him. The next morning, his alarm rang at 5 a.m. Every excuse raced through his mind. You're exhausted. You can start tomorrow. 1 more hour won't hurt. Instead of listening, he got out of bed. For the first hour, he learned digital skills through free online courses. Then he spent 20 minutes exercising, followed by 10 quiet minutes writing down his goals and planning his day. Nothing changed overnight. After the first week, he was still tired. After the second week, he wanted to quit. But by the end of the first month, something unexpected happened. His confidence started growing. He was thinking more clearly, making better decisions, and finally felt like he was moving forward instead of standing still. 3 months later, Michael had earned certifications, updated his resume, and applied for jobs he never thought he was qualified for. One interview turned into an offer, and that offer came with a salary that nearly doubled what he had been making. Looking back, Michael realized something most people never understand. His life didn't change because he woke up at 5 a.m. His life changed because every morning, while everyone else was asleep, he invested in becoming someone worth new opportunities. That's the real secret. 5 a.m. isn't magic. It's protected time. No endless notifications, no emails, no social media pulling your attention in 100 different directions. Just one quiet hour where you can work on the person you're becoming instead of the problems you're trying to escape. Imagine what one focused hour could do for you every single day. In a year, that's hundreds of hours spent learning, improving, and building a future that most people only talk about. So tonight, don't just hope tomorrow will be different. Plan for it. Set your alarm. Decide exactly what you'll do during your first hour. Then, when that alarm rings, remember this. Your future isn't built when motivation shows up. It's built when you do. If you're committed to changing your life, comment 5 a.m. below and tell us one goal you'll start working on tomorrow morning. And if this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more motivational stories that challenge you to become your best self.